Okay, I'm back in this demo and I'm scalping primarily. Just because it's a little more exciting than being a position trader. I just find it a little more entertaining to try to make 5-10 pips and dance with the devil, I suppose you could say, if the market could take off in a psycho run, which actually works to your advantage if you know how to position yourself for a psycho run. And you could trade the real money with the demo money at the same time, so it would just worry about if the trades, you don't worry about the trade's going to work out. You just have enough money in the account to trade your idea, your latest idea. As long as you've got enough hard disk space, you just keep going. Typically, if you're writing a book, you just keep going. I mean, some books take 7 years to write. Some books, just if it's unique, people are loving it. But you have to be a unique trader, I suppose. Conventional wisdom can be tough. It can be in a pool of ship of fools. Or the mob, right? The masses are asses. Okay, I'm going to put buy stops in here on this. I'm running super big font. Thought I'd give it a try. It's a little disturbing at first, but I can really see the prices. Here I'm going to put buy stops. And this is the Fibonacci targets, 13, 21, 34. Right at the top there where would be the trap for the bull trap. If we can dig out of this hole here. And this is your classic Asia's kind of kicking into the they're going to wrap up their markets, and the dollar's trapped below the close here right now, so I'm going to put buy stops in for a possible 13 pip ride north, which would just be a retest of that wick. And the rest of it is all limits down here, and some of these last a real long time, and you got to keep track of that. I know a lot of those are just 1 hour long. So at this point, I could just set it and forget it. I mean, whatever I've laid in here, I've reached maximum. Now I have to wait for it to play out. We're either going to have to rally on the pound and rally on the euro. The nice thing about these markets is the fact that they are traded on the clock primarily. You'll see huge moves 5 minutes before and after the top of a major hour, major turning point, major session, and you see the whole thing turn around here. So this would be your ideal retest entry on the 1 hour. You just simply buy here because it's a previous known support. Same thing here, but this could still cave in. So if your stops are tight enough on your scalp trades and then the market collapses down, you'll still make money because you're dumping out of one strategy or one scenario into the next. They're really scenarios. Strategy kind of really is kind of very bizarre term. I know they have strategy tester, but maybe that's why people are losing money, because they're trading strategies, not scenarios. We all know what the strategy is for a trend trade. Like if you're going to buy in pullbacks in an uptrend, obviously. But it's like, how do you position yourself to get in the trend without getting obliterated? You'd have to take it further than just buying at the market with a stop based on the ATR. There's got to be a way to make money from painfully obvious support and resistance. Now they would say, well, you know what, it's support until it's not, just like it's a trend is your friend until it's not. So ranges are your friend until they're not, and then we go into a trend mode. But if 80% of the market is ranging, then you'd always be buying at the bottom of the range for an anticipation of continuation, but you're trading the setup. You're not waiting for a setup, you're trading the setup, then you're going to hold through the setup. You know the setup this is not that complicated. You're buying low, as low as, and then you have to sell something immediately. Immediately, you have to take something off the table. And then the rest rides. And if you've got other pending orders that are waiting to get filled, then that's also weighing on the total risk exposure to your account. If you trade with the same pip grid on each currency, you're never going to make money because each currency's got its own ATR. Currently, I mean, some of these ATRs where if the dollar yen goes sideways and you're running this static script that has a 20 pip stop, that's why all these are really, if I launch 5 pips deep here like this for the next hour, I got to launch 10 pips deep here to create the same scenario. The same, I'm going to buy in dips. Because the dips here are so deep that this trade here, this is a 25 pip wick on that. If you build a trade plan that buys here on limits and then as it's coming back up, it literally cashes out all the way back up. Like this bottom ticket gets out at the top arrow, and the very top one just makes a little bit of money. And say there's a master stop on that. And if all you did was drop that. Now, if that was automatically dropping, and the only EA I can think of at this point, and I still can't get that to run, is because I could just have a macro come over and double click this thing every hour on another computer, on a tablet, because you'd have to have it stand alone where every hour it's just going to keep running this. And it's not the same as running that and letting it last for 8 hours, because what's happening is if this runs every hour, it's walking in front of the market or underneath. It's a trailing buy limit entry to go long. Say it's a trailing limit. And I'd just say a limit, trading limit employee, just run a macro that keeps running that script. I don't know how to do that other than a mouse recorder, but that's what it would entail. And it just keeps running that. Because if you don't want to be, or it runs it every 2 hours. You pick the interval right there and it changes the whole metric. As soon as you say, well, launch that every time the market opens in London, throw a grid out there and you're sleeping through the London session. But I don't really think about that. I mean, I just figure, well, run a really wide grid that lasts 4 hours. It's very like a canvas is a wide area. You spread a bunch of tickets, and it really is almost like you're never going to get filled on the ones that are 300 pips deep, but you're spaced 50 pips apart in a 5K. That's 250 pips spread. And maybe each ticket's got a 25 to make 50. Just some nonsense thing. And even at that, if the market moves every 8 hours and you throw the exact same double click, these hotkey ones, then it's going to throw that in just 22 pips different because the market has moved 22 pips in the last 4 hours. So those grids are running, and then there's the ones here where you just say, oh, I'm going to drop a weekly buy because I know I want to buy. If we ever came back to this price here, I'd want to buy. Then that's completely different. So maybe you go out of hotkey mode and come over here and go into like, well, I'm just going to drop some. There's only a day left in the market, so here's a 12-hour, 8 pips, 2 tickets down here. Like, you're kidding, right? Well, I mean, if the market ever came down there and stopped out these people and then it ripped up, you're only asking the market to come back to up in here somewhere. But the scalping's fun. It's very fun. Still waiting for this to drip down and fill these limits. Same thing here now. If this lasts for 4 hours, say on the top of here, there's a double top, there's a huge buy zone here tonight. So ultimately, tonight's scenario is we drop down here, we buy, it comes back up and we dump everything at this floor and just trade, go round turn on here. You buy all the way down, and maybe you're going to get stopped out of some of these tickets, but if you put a denser pack at the tops, so you buy lightly and then you buy super heavy and then you dump out of the heavies and let the light ones, and you might even get some follow through back up into this bottom. So see how the perfect double top became the perfect double bottom? Yeah, this monster wick. So this story trades very, on the 1 hour, is very obvious. This is a shoulder. This is the, if you want to call that, a head and shoulders, but there's always a head and shoulders inside the head and shoulders. Right, head and shoulders patterns is just, it's a complete echo chamber of, but what it really comes down to is this stuff. And anything here at the 50 and down, you're buying super heavy for a high probability 35 pip bounce with, say, a 15 stop. Here, buying like crazy here. So that's the 50 yard line, and it would just load up for a bounce up into here. So I'm really not going to trade a breakout here and trade the come down in. I don't like that, because to me it's just a trap. It's always a trap trade. So I'm trying to get in after the crush. So the people that were saying let's trade a breakout here, okay, oh boy, and then they get trapped and get raped back up into here, and now they're just like, Jesus. Now they come in here, they might be right. Here's the wick at the 50 they're going for. If I buy here for the first initial bounce, cash out, scalp that, and then don't even delete these orders. This is the next bank of smash. Comes back up. You kind of have to, unless you pre-program really tight exits, and maybe you do have a master stop. Like, your ratios could suck on this strategy or this scenario, because as long as you're cashing out on the 25 yard lines, well, you can't see them in here, but this is the 25. The 50, this is very sliced. It's a simple slicing system. Okay, so it's coming into these buy limits. I got the buy stops above. And if they were really wide, they didn't fill. So now I'd say, let's run the 1 hour buy limits. I'm going to go for these hotkeys because I just love pressing buttons. Now that's 1 hour. And it's here you could drop 20 pips in an hour real easy on this currency. Not a difficult chore. But this is ripe for the pickings, this whole area here. I just love to watch this thing crush down to this. There's only 2 tickets there. So you can't go wrong with this this trade of just buying fresh real estate here. Yeah, fresh real estate. Yeah, you just have to wait for the crush. Look at the 15-minute scripts I'm running here, because I noticed that is the more exciting time frame. The 15-minute trade plan and the 1 hour trade plans Because you could pretty much say that at this point, if you can get the market to crush down right now into those limits, you're getting a better price than if you bought right now. You're just trying to get a good price if you're a buyer. And a seller, if we were climaxing right now, like last night, selling into the pound up there, you could have scalped it, or you could have rode it all the way down to where you're at now. So that was the... When it's going up like this, I'm definitely hitting the sell limit key, and that wrapped around the 50. You needed a 25 pip stop for that. I lost my tape. My tape cut off. I reached over to hit the pause button, and I hit the stop button. I was pretty annoyed by that, and I never restarted it. Okay, so we're getting some... looks like the buyers are going to come into the euro, but not the pound. So I'll put buy stops on the euro at this point. To go for low targets of 13 pips, because I like how the broker's offline now that I want to buy. Happens quite a bit here on this demo. Not the best, but see how you got the stopped out somebody by one increment there. Right there's where you want to buy. Same thing here. If we come to the you come down in here to this wick, you want to buy. So I already put the limits in. The broker's offline, so we're not getting any action here. Oh, finally. So there's the buy stop at the ask, 1 pip above, looking to make 13. So it's a very shallow target. Not very good for, it should be like an 8 pip target to get a higher probability. And here it's still tanking. And some of these orders last for 4 hours, so you have to be careful. Put a bunch of orders in there. And this color scheme is so screwed up now, I can't even see the damn... It's like, don't ask. Somebody asked me about this color scheme, and honestly, I don't even know how I got this far. Like, I did adjust this, and then I couldn't get back in. Windows is so fucked up. I couldn't get back. I went to personalize. It's under personalize, and I got to watch the whole video tutorial over again. I hate that word, tutorial. We had to hire a tutor because you're so stupid. Oh, really? Thanks. Oh, it's good for you. You're dumb. Okay, so waiting again. And this is going to be up all night. Wait for London Open. And just try to get, the markets don't open on the weekend. It's very depressing. Okay, so here I'm going to put another buy stop in to make the 13 pips. Fibonacci target. Here it's going to still tank, it looks like, and we don't want to overexpose the account, so we're just going to wait for that shoe to drop. We have to go with the winning currency. Well, we're going to buy the loser, actually. We're going to buy the worst, the most depressed currency out of every currency. You're always looking to buy things that are on sale. So it's very counterintuitive. You're always looking to buy low. And how do you accommodate the drop? The safe way is to put the buy stop in as it's dropping above. So if it does turn around, the only snag with that, the only side effect of that is you're going to get a kind of a little bit of a trap. The buy limit that's sitting 13.5 pips below may be the ultimate entry, and it really just bounces off that, and you need to get out of that one ticket. So I guess the ultimate trading platform, high frequency trading, or certainly high ticket count trading. I think I looked at I'm trading 271 tickets average a day, all 1Ks. I guess that's quite a bit of tickets. And out of all of them, I don't know if, I guess the ones that fill are the ones that are recorded, because certainly have a lot of pendings that never fill. But, hey, why not spread the risk? The idea that you're going to put a 13K, like I see people trading with 50K on one ticket, and I think, okay, well, I guess so. But gosh, you must really be good at trading, because I am not good at picking the I can't say that I can say where I would, if I had enough patience, I would get in the market. But as it's dropping, my feeling is that it's going on sale continuously, and if I wait another half hour for it to drop 20 pips, then certainly it's going to be a perfect scenario. Drops 20 pips, my order's 20 pips deep. It takes 20 minutes. It goes down there, it bounces off that, then it comes flying back, and cha-ching. That's the ultimate. So you have to anticipate the drop here on this British pound. And the euro looks like a 10 pip rally could be coming. So really, to try to sync these two guys up, I'm not going to make as much money as if I just traded one currency. But of course, the side effect is if you put in the buy limits on this pound, and then that scenario plays out. So all these different things play out, and then of course having the right order placement that accommodates that drama that you're expecting. And it is a little bit of scary. It's scary if you see, oh, gee, I'm getting filled in on these tickets, and it's not that bad. I mean, if you're used to trading, so I'm in a 50K now, I think, or something, 45K. If you're used to trading 45K on one ticket, I'm down $14. I think I'm down $30 right now. So I'm going to put more tickets in. I suppose right there is $5 risk. Here I'm going to buy fresh lows for the next hour. So I could be down $100 here real quick. Probably 50K right now. So that's the end of that session. I traded in and out of this thing, up and down of this thing. This was the fall out of bed Asia on the pound, and these were the trades that you missed. Buying here, dump into this. You could buy new lows again. Like I said, when we came in there, we're melting down. I was running buy stops above. I was buying everything from here down. Buy. I'm underwater. Then I'm back up. Not to mention the stuff that I bought here. And same thing on the euro dollar. Same situation. This is not. You don't need any tools for this. You just need to be able to see this valley. And this was the first buy here, was to buy this. Start buying here. buy stops trailing above, get filled on the buy stops, buy, 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 buy. So you have to be willing to buy all the way past here too, but that's the trade. Then you come back to resistance, you dump it, or you start selling up into here for that move. It's that simple. It's that stupid. And just, goes on and on. A million examples in here. A million examples of these pivots playing out over and over again. This is resistance. You sell, you could sell on stops. If you bought on stops here, you only got trapped here. No fill, no fill, no fill, fill. Here it's choppy. If you started buying from here all the way down, you're underwater now until the swing plays out. It's that simple, and it's that stupid.